It's The Rock We Live On with Mo and Craig.
Cheers,
All
sir.
right, cheers. Welcome back to The Rock.
The rock we live on.
The Rock. It's been, we've actually seemed to be getting together a little bit more often lately, which I like, a little more consistency.
Absolutely.
We've got things to talk about, so we got to get together and make it happen.
Let me turn my beer logo around here just in case.
Yeah, let's get that
Bud Light
sponsor
ever
money
wants to
rolling
give
in.
us Bud Light ever wants to give us a few bucks, I'd be more than
any whiskey
open to it.
distilleries in the area.
Oh yeah,
or
see, I don't think anybody. I don't
It
think.
just says I make whiskey decisions.
There you go.
So
Whiskey
hey,
decision.
if you got a decision for me based on whiskey, let me know.
So today's episode, something a little different. It's
Yeah,
kind
have
of
some
similar
fun.
to our stories episode, but
Yeah,
a
I
different
guess.
different realm. A great idea because I had an idea that I wanted to talk about, something I ran across the other day, and then we utilized a little AI.
Yeah. So you throw it out to Chat GPTs,
Yeah.
a couple topic suggestions, and it said, "Do the Rock Talk."
Rock talk.
So that's what we'll call this episode, the Rock
Yeah,
Talk, and we'll just
few-
talk about a few unrelated topics, and keep them short and simple.
yeah,
and go
and we're
from
not
there.
talking about rock music. It's
no
the rock.
It's the Rock
live on.
Talk.
Yeah. So the thing that I wanted to bring up, and now, granted, I don't really have a dog in this fight because I've never been married,
Right.
but I keep seeing women get divorced and then keep the husband's last name.
Yeah.
I think that makes zero sense whatsoever. Like, why, if you don't want to be with a person anymore, why are you keeping their last name? And I even, I forgot what really made me think about this. Oh, I know what it was. It was, my boy told me about a story. We were playing video games, and I don't know where he got this news story from, but it was something that he saw online. And it was talking about a woman that got remarried to a new guy and still kept the ex-husband's last name.
Okay, that's a little crazy.
And the new guy was just fine with it.
He's okay with that.
And I'm like,
she just
what?
liked the name.
Why
the way
would you?
it went.
Why would I want to be married to someone who wants to keep the
Yeah.
last name of some other guy she was married
That
to?
is sus.
Yeah, very much.
Suspicious
and
as
my
fuck.
boy, my boy made the point that sometimes it's the name has become a brand. Like for me, like Carmelo Anthony. I'm
Right.
sure you're familiar with
Yeah,
Carmelo Anthony,
yes.
that basketball player. He married Lala, right? And
Right.
before, I don't know that she even had a last name.
It was
That
just a one-
as far as her
Yeah.
celebrity brand was, she was just Lala,
Right.
But then she became Lala Anthony, and now that they're not together anymore,
She's
she's still Lala Anthony. I don't think
But-
that's fair. Like
well,
what?
It's her celebrity name now. Now it's a brand, like you said. So it may not have been so much before she got popular because of it, and now she doesn't want to lose it because there is familiarity, or people know who you're talking about when you say. If you just said Lala, it could be
Anybody?
somebody else. Not anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a little unusual, but. So a little perspective on that. Number one, my mom's been married 3 times, and each time changed her name, but didn't go back. So she kept the name from the previous husband until she got married and switched it, and then kept that name until she got married again and switched it. I think there's a convenience issue. So once, even if you're not a celebrity and you don't have a brand name, you have bank accounts, you have utility bills, you have lease agreements. All these things are in that name, and it is a big hassle to switch it to another name.
Well, you should have thought about that before you guys got divorced. I'm just saying.
You think
if
you don't get
I-
divorced because you don't want to change your name?
I'm just saying, like, if we're done, you're not keeping my
You're
name.
not
You
keeping
change it
nothing.
back to whatever you had.
Well,
Whatever you were before we got married, that's what you can go back to.
but it's
you're
their
not,
choice.
You're not going to get
You
to
can't tell them. They can do whatever. It's their name, so they can do whatever they want. And it was legally changed when you got married. And I think it's harder to go back. I think you have to legally change it back. And I'm not sure how that happens.
Well, I would say I would request that in the divorce. I want
That's
I
probably-
don't want her to have my name.
That's
anymore.
probably how it happens. Is the judge grants that you're now this person, and it's legal that way because a judge has ruled and signed on it. But otherwise, I don't know how you change your name. You can't just go down to the post office and go, "Hey, I'm
so and so now." Yeah.
right,
Hmm.
Craig Brock now."
I mean, I
and
know that there
you
is
know,
a process.
there's
for
a
name
process
change,
to it,
but
legally to it. Otherwise, it's an
would-
alias, and it's not a legal name.
I would think that in a case of a divorce, the divorce being finalized to me should be
Should
the
include
life
that.
changing event. Like, you know how they say life changing
Yeah,
events?
yeah.
That should be the life changing event that qualifies your name to be changed.
It should, yes.
And what dude wants a woman walking around with his name that he's not with anymore?
Right, that doesn't make sense.
Not at all. And while we're on this topic, and again, I've never been married, so married people may disagree with me. This is on the outside looking in. Alimony makes no sense to me. So I am still responsible for paying for someone's life who I'm
Right.
no longer with, no
Right.
longer live with, have no obligations to anymore besides financially.
Right.
Why?
For a short term. Because, that comes down to they have become accustomed to a certain
I
lifestyle.
don't give a shit what you're
And just
accustomed
because
to.
you're losing your divorce, they should not have to be punished for their lifestyle. But they have a certain alimony goes for a short amount of time. It's not indefinite, like child support. Child support is not indefinite either, but it goes much longer till
Right.
the kids are. It has an end point when the kids are 18. But alimony, spousal support goes
Yeah,
for
spousal
like
support,
3 to
that's
5 years.
Crazy.
Because they have the ability. Let's say somebody your wife does not have a job. She works. She lives. She's a housewife the whole time. She doesn't have any skills, no qualifications. Suddenly, you get divorced, and what's she going to do?
Get a job like everybody
but
else.
she's going to get a minimum wage job. She's going to get a no skill, no low paid job. So, but now she's been accustomed to living at a certain level, and she has nice things in a nice car. She can't pay for it.
How did that become legal? That makes zero sense to me. Now, if the guy agrees, like, all right, I'm going to give her whatever. But so let me ask you this. Can alimony be awarded even if you, as the man, are trying to fight it?
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
can alimony go the other way? Can a
Yes.
man be taken care of for a couple years?
Because it's equal either way. If the female, like in my case, my wife makes more money than I do, and she has for a long time. So if we got divorced, she may have to pay me because I'm accustomed to a lifestyle that she has provided for a number of years. And although I am gainfully employed, and in my case, I would never take it. I
Yeah.
can live off my income. I'd be
I would
fine.
ne- I
I
could
wouldn't
never-
do that. I would
I
never
could
do
never
that.
see you doing
No.
it. Yeah, no, not at all.
No, but I'm just using that as an example because my wife makes more than me. My mom made more than my dad.
Mine too.
And so when they separated, there was more things given to my stepdad when they divorced. He got more stuff, like valuable things. Not, I don't think he got compensated. Maybe she did have to pay him. I don't remember because they had a business together. They had all kinds of things together. So when they split their assets, he ended up with more of it because he could sell those assets and then continue his lifestyle or whatever. So the court looked at all of that stuff. So yeah, it goes both ways. Whoever's the breadwinner has to kind of make the other person sort of whole until they get on their feet, and that's up to the court to decide how long that takes. So I can see it's kind of fair, but it's also, it sucks for the guy. Dudes get raped all the time in divorce court.
Yes, they do.
All the time.
Yeah.
I will say that for
Majorly.
sure. Majorly. Because they're usually the breadwinner. That's why, prenuptial agreements are the best way to go. Of course, I don't have one. I've been married twice.
Yeah.
My first marriage ended in divorce, but we didn't have kids. We didn't have assets. We had nothing.
So it was just...
We filed the papers ourselves. There was no attorneys involved. And we actually went on a ski vacation when we signed them, the two of us together. So it was all kind of amicable, even though she cheated on me and left with her boss and moved away.
Oh, shit.
Kind of screwed me over. Yeah, I was angry, but no hard feelings. Just get the divorce and hey, let's go have a good time and be done with it. Yeah, I was moving on, doing my thing, so no big deal. And 8 years later, I got married. Well, I got with Jennifer about 8 years later. We got married a couple years after that, but and we didn't do any prenup. I had more money at that point. I was the breadwinner. I told her I was a millionaire in training, and she fell for it.
And here you are.
And then later on, that job went away, and she became the breadwinner. She's done the same thing for like 27 years.
Okay.
And so she's developed a status in her profession where she's worth a lot more, and I've floundered around doing all kinds of different things, and so she makes a lot more money than I do. But yeah, if we got divorced, she would probably have to pay me. So I guess the courts are just about keeping your same kind of lifestyle, keeping you together, just so that you're not completely broke. Like the example where there was a housewife that has no skills, can't get a job. Where's she going to go? She can't get an apartment. She doesn't have any money. She doesn't have any skills. The best job she's going to get is like a low wage job. And how's she going to live?
I feel like that stuff should only apply in a situation where the person who is paying did something wrong. They were caught cheating, which we can have a whole episode about cheating whatever, but we'll talk about that someday. Or they were abusive, or something like that. Wrong. Then absolutely, I can see that person having to be held financially responsible for a certain amount of time, so the other person can get on their feet and get a good job, whatever. But if it's just a mutual, we're splitting up, I shouldn't have to give you shit. Like, I don't.
Well, if it's a mutual, we're splitting up, then you can probably negotiate a deal, or say, hey, we're gonna split up, so you need to go get a job while we're still together. You're still living in my house.
Yeah,
go get a job and get some money together, because I'm about to kick you to the curb.
I guess like the contested ones are really the ones where okay.
And I think the guys, like you said, that were cheating or abusive, they get hit harder. Because
they should be.
There is some punishment, some financial punishment for being a dick in the marriage, and now now you got to take care of your wife, and she's messed up forever, and you're just going to go find another one. So
true.
So right. I don't know if that makes you a little more better. I mean, maybe it's not right. It's just the way the law has gone. The precedents have been set.
I don't get it, but honestly, the route I'm on, it's never going to matter to me anyway.
So what about the girl or ex-girlfriend, ex-fiance that keeps the ring? What about the ring? If you spent, I don't know, I don't even know what rings cost.
I don't either.
I'm not even wearing mine. I realize I don't even have mine on right now. I paid like $500 for our rings, and we still have the same ones, because I had a customer 25 years ago that was a jeweler, and I had a bunch of diamonds from a ring that my mom had given me, and Jennifer had some from her mom's rings, and he said, give me what you got and I'll make you a nice wedding set. So we gave him stones, and he sold us the bands and made our rings.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
They were nice. Now they're like worn out, but we didn't spend a lot of money on them.
Yeah.
But if you were to spend $10,000 on a wedding ring, and then it goes south, should you get that back?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Because I feel like the ring isn't the same as the name. It's a material possession.
Yeah.
I could definitely see asking for it back, though.
Well,
but like, I don't know. I guess, man, that's a good one. I don't know.
It has sentimental value, and it means a lot to somebody, maybe, or not anymore. I don't know, but there are good memories.
Now, if it was a ring that was like passed down, like it was my mom's ring, and I put it on your hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm getting it back.
Definitely gonna need that back. Yeah.
I think it becomes a monetary possession in that point, and you split, personal possessions. And so, hey, I'm gonna get the ring, you're gonna get the dog, or whatever.
I mean, I would definitely want my ring back just so I could sell it.
Right.
And get
well,
money,
if
get
you
some
spent
money back.
$10,000 on
Hell
it,
yeah.
it's worth a lot of
I
money.
might be able to get at least 7 back. Like,
Right.
it
Take it
depending
to
on
the
how
pawn
old
shop.
it is. Yeah. Nah, that's shit. 10,000 people are spending $10,000.
Would you keep it and give it to the next girl and don't tell her?
Nah, no. Absolutely
That's
not.
grounds
a
for
terrible
divorce.
idea. Yes, that's a terrible idea. Imagine you guys are at a grocery store and your ex-wife walks by and she's feeling kind of petty that day. I was like, oh. I see he gave you the same ring. Man.
You think you're going to run into your ex-wife?
Yeah, we talk about divorce. You might have one the next day. Like, I might have never been married, but I know women pretty well. And I'm going to pass on that.
I don't think I've seen my ex-wife since we signed the divorce papers. So,
That's
we never lived in the same town again. So.
Oh, and you didn't have any kids together,
We didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
So we talked occasionally or wished each other happy birthday through Facebook, but that was it. And I haven't done that in a long time either.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever get
Things that
married, so I
become
don't think it's going to matter
that
for me.
become important to you. I can see your name is important to you.
Yes.
And a ring, maybe you could go, it's just a personal thing.
Not in the tax bracket I'm in now. I need that back.
Yeah.
I need that back. Now, if I become way more successful in my 40s and I can spare a few $1,000 ring, maybe. But where I am right now, I'm going to need that back.
Whenever people start talking about personal possessions or any kind of, possessive item, my mind goes back to my grandmother. I used to go visit my grandmother, or I did visit just once. I spent a month with her. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, her house was struck by lightning and burned to the ground.
Oh, wow.
And I remember standing in front of the house, flames going 30 feet in the air, and she's thinking about all the things. She had kids that had passed and her husband that had passed and pictures and stuff. And she said, you know what? It's just stuff. We weren't in the house when it happened. Nobody got hurt. And it's just stuff.
That's the best way to look at it.
Yeah. And so I remember
hurts.
that
It
it hurts a lot. I know she was heartbroken watching that house burn to the ground. But she said, it's just stuff. We'll get more stuff.
I will say that, we talk a lot. I talk a lot of shit about social media and the internet and the people on it and stuff like that. And, but one thing I will say that, just having, the advancement in technology to where now we have cameras on our phones and pictures that we've posted on the internet and stuff like that is, some of those significant memories, pictures, videos, stuff like that are now
they're stored
in a place that hopefully can't be destroyed by a fire.
We don't even print pictures anymore.
No.
I mean, she had printed pictures in her house that she couldn't replace.
My mom still does though. Sometimes
does she?
She'll still like take the get the pictures that she's taking on her phone and stuff like that, and if she wants them in a frame or especially with the grandkids and stuff. She's got printed pictures of the grandkids everywhere.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I couldn't tell you.
Some.
Well, you know what? No, there has been. You know how everything returns, right? Everything makes a run back.
Yeah.
Jerry curls, bell bottoms.
It's coming back.
You know what I mean? Like everything, pop punk, everything makes a return. So there's some good pop punk music out there right now, anyway. But the Polaroids have made a resurgence. Really? And so my daughter, I had got her one of those. I got her a Polaroid camera.
Yeah.
For I can't remember if it was her birthday or Christmas a couple years ago. And so, they take the picture, and then, the picture comes right out of the top of it, and
you have to wait for it and wave it around, let it dry off. I remember that. I had it was a crank. You'd crank the picture up.
Oh, shit.
But the film was very expensive for that stuff.
Do you remember disposable cameras?
Of course I remember disposable cameras.
What?
You know what?
We would have to take all
and you would, like at weddings, they would put them around on the table and tell everybody to take pictures and then just turn them in. And then I used a disposable camera in an underwater housing, and I would go scuba diving and take pictures with a disposable camera underwater on the camera. But you know what's funny? I guess they still have it is where you take film into a place and have it developed.
Yeah.
Do they still do that?
I'm assuming they've got to at some.
There used to be like a drive-up place. You could drive. It was a little kiosk.
24-hour.
Yeah, and like it was just a little tiny building in the parking lot. Well, yeah, a lot of people did.
So
or you could see them coming out, and you'd look at the people's pictures coming out of the machine.
So let me tell you about a story where I probably could have gotten in a whole lot of trouble, or maybe not me, but I could have gotten, I don't know, the employees at Walmart into a whole lot of trouble or something. I don't know, because technically, I'm going to say this, but then I'm going to explain the story so that it's very clear what I'm looking every single camera and say that this is going to be very clear what I'm saying after I tell the story. This possibly could have been considered CP.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, high school, field day. 10th grade, 11th grade, maybe. I don't remember exactly which grade it was. But got my disposable camera. You know, we're all running around. All the kids are signing each other's white T-shirts and shit. I don't know if that's something you guys
did. Oh, yeah,
did,
definitely.
You know, so there was these two girls that I used to be a bit, you know, I used to be a bit of a
player.
A little bit. Sometimes.
Look at you trying to brag.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I was definitely, I've always had a thing for women. Like there's just nothing wrong with anybody being gay at all. But women have been a weakness of mine for years and years and years. Like I had my first girlfriend in like preschool. I was making out under the desk in kindergarten.
Oh, come on.
Like me and my little girlfriend would drop our pencils under the desk and then go down there and kiss. So I was always, So anyway, field day, and there's these two girls. I only remember one of their names, but I'm not going to say it. But I remember me trying to get them to, you know, let me get a picture of some, you know, some boobies. And
you got your little
I was like,
Instamatic camera.
Let me take the picture or whatever. Obviously, I'm asking for consent. This ain't me just, you know. Right. And they were like, well, no, you can't take it out here. We'll go in the bathroom. We'll take it for you. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Hell yeah. So they go in the bathroom with a third girl. And I'm assuming there was a third girl already in the bathroom or something because they were both in the same picture. They were standing next to each other. And so I'm thinking they went in there. I'm going to see like bare boob when the film gets developed.
Oh, you couldn't wait to get it developed.
Oh, I couldn't wait to get that film developed, dude. And so I go to Walmart, man, and I get the film developed, and I couldn't wait. And when I go back and pick it up, I'm just fuck that picture. Fuck that picture. Oh, that's a cool friend. Fuck
that's
that picture.
Not it. That's not it.
I finally get to it, and I as I'm pulling it up, like I see stomach, so I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean. One of them, it was a white girl and a black girl, so I'm like, best of both worlds.
Yeah,
and I pull it, and they still had their bras on, and I was like, son of a bitch, they got me. But
I don't know if that would be CP.
Technically, I was a child too. We were all the same age, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But technically, we were all under 18.
Girls
so when
I
got
that's like a bathing suit picture.
Yeah, but had they done what I was thinking they were going to do,
you could have been in trouble.
That could have been. I could have gotten in a lot of trouble.
Maybe, I don't know. Walmart is dropping dimes on people or saying, "Hey, we got these pictures." I think they would just kind of snicker at them, and they go, "Hey, look at these guys' pictures," and then pack them up and send them off.
I wonder what they would have done.
Stoner working at the Photoshop in Walmart, looking at everybody's pictures.
I wonder what they would have done.
That's what I say. There was a machine where they would come down in one big strip before they would get cut into individual, and you could see them coming out, and people would stand there and just to see what pictures were coming out of other people's photos.
I never did that. I can't remember that.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a wild. I think about that now with my adult brain.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the?
Do you remember like 110 film that was in that little cartridge? It had a little round thing and on each side, and then and it bridged across, and it was this little plastic thing, and you took it, put it in an envelope, and dropped it at a place called Photomate. And it was, like I said, it was a kiosk in a parking lot, and you'd drive up and just hand them your thing, and then they would send it off. Yeah.
Oh, and it was like a circle. It was like a circle, right?
It was a plastic.
And there was one, like it was different things on each one. No, that's not.
No, that's a disc. But no, these were a 110 camera. It just had a 110 millimeter film. It was really small, but the cartridge for it encased the film. It was before 35 millimeter. Like it was yeah. I guess you're too young for that.
Maybe. I'm 38, so I don't know.
It was a while ago.
Damn, man.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
80% of men do not use a fly flap.
What the fuck is a fly?
Do you know what that means?
What is it? What is a fly
flap? And I actually got that wrong. 80%. Yeah, 80% of men do not use it. That is the men's underwear has a hole in it, and it's created with a Y kind of thing. It's called a fly flap.
Oh, you're talking about
men's underwear. Like, do you use?
I wear boxers.
Well, it still has a hole.
Yeah, the hole. So that would be considered the fly flap.
That's the fly flap. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I heard this the other day. Like, hey, the fly flap. Are we using that or we're not? We're going over the top.
No, well, it depends.
And so I looked it up, and 80% of men do not use the fly flap.
I use it most of the time.
Do you? See,
yeah.
That's funny because me too.
Most of the time.
Most
of the time I use it.
Yes.
If I'm trying.
I'm
thinking about it. I'm trying to think of a time where I don't use it.
We're in the minority. Only 20% of men use a fly flap.
So dudes are out here like pulling their whole ass out to.
No, they're just pull the underwear down.
Oh yeah.
Instead of going through the zipper, like unbuckle. I would guess that you pretty much have to.
So I do have to pull my pants down because
you stand like a 5-year-old.
Well, let me know.
At the urinal with
not
your pants
all the way. Well, here's the thing. Okay, there is a trend in my generation years ago of wearing basketball shorts under your pants,
right,
and under your shorts.
So you have
at
to
all times.
Get through the layers.
And I know I'm almost 40. I'm probably going to get judged for this, but I never got out of that phase. I still wear basketball shorts under every pair of pants that I wear. I'm wearing basketball shorts under here right now.
Underwear, basketball shorts, and pants.
Yes.
And it's like 90 degrees with 80% humidity outside.
Yeah, so I make sure I take a lot of showers. Yeah. But like, so right now, if I had to pee, right, I'm going to pull the shorts, my jorts here, I'm going to pull those down some. Then I'm not going to pull the basketball shorts all the way. I'm going to do what people probably do with their shorts. I'm going to turn the basketball shorts down, hold it down with my hand, and then use the hole.
I was hoping for not a complete explanation, but
my bad.
That's okay. Well, the point is you're going over the top or using the fly flap, which I use, and I saw where usually where people are dressed up and their shirts tucked in, they don't want to have to untuck and tuck again, so that's the only time they might use it. But no,
you know what? I did like dress pants.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I have to wear dress pants because they're so fucking tight. I normally even wear my basketball shorts under dress pants.
Really? You don't have. That's why they're so tight.
But most of the time, if they're too tight, I can't. So I have to. I feel weird just with boxers to jeans or boxers to pants. And here's another thing though. Sometimes this used to come in my favor. Sometimes back in my promiscuous days. Like if I'm staying with a chick or whatever, we're not all the way there yet, but we're trying to get to there. And she's like, I'm like, oh well, we can cuddle or whatever. And I'm like, oh well, do you mind if I take these off? I got basketball shorts on though, so it's not just gonna be
more
underwear. And they were like, oh okay, well then that's fine. You know what I mean? Because it's not just straight underwear, and that worked out a lot.
That works pretty good. Yeah. So I forgot. Oh, I was gonna say, when I get dressed, I get everything like lined up so it's nice and comfortable. The underwear's in the right spot with the pants and the shirt, and it's all comfortable. So I don't want to tear that apart. Mm-hmm. And if you start pulling it down and trying, it never goes back to where it was.
Oh, then you got to like get up in there.
Yeah.
And pull. Dude,
so it's more comfortable just to use the flap and
when I'm at the
go that way.
gym and I'm jogging on the like either walking or maybe a light jog on the treadmill, my boxers start riding up my damn leg, and I'm like on the treadmill. Thankfully, I'm in the theater, like the gym I go to. There's a theater that you can. They have a cardio theater is what they called it. So it's kind of dark in there. It's rather dark. Oh, yeah. So I'm like walking on the treadmill and like reaching and trying to like get my freaking boxers squared away while I'm walking. And I'm like, God, if I was at a regular gym doing this in the light, I would look so stupid.
Would be not good. So a little the rock talk, a little
several
obscure item for
random
you.
Topics.
The one other thing that I looked up. So the U.S. Supreme Court made several. It was the end of their session, and that's when they come out with all their rulings of everything that they've listened to over the last session. And I don't know, they had 6 or 8 decisions this year. Some of them were good, some of them not so good. I think the Supreme Court is bought and paid for. This current Supreme Court has ruined every Supreme Court in the past. I think they have no respect. They have ruined the Supreme Court and what it used to mean, and they're just bought and paid for. I even saw one of them. Their wives made $15 million last year in consultation fees, and that's what they're calling it. And I don't even think she works. And it's completely horseshit.
Consulting on what topics?
Who knows what? It's just companies are paying, just so happens people that are having cases heard are paying her, not him, to, provide some sort of service. Not to mention, they're out on vacations and big yachts and they've got, bought a house for their mom and whatever. They're just ridiculous, Like I said, the Supreme Court is just corrupt as hell, like the rest of our government.
I was about to say, anything involved in this administration at this point is just a fucking clown
The
show.
Supreme Court used to be something you could count on. They made decisions based on the law, and they weren't involved in politics. And you felt confident that when they made a decision, it was based on the right thing to do according to the law, and they didn't use emotion or politics to get in the way, and that's not the case anymore. So anyway, the current Supreme Court made some rulings, and one of their rulings was on transgenders being excluded from sports. Now, the lawsuit, though, was specifically about transgender males playing in women's sports.
Okay.
They really didn't go back the other way, because you don't see a lot of transgender females wanting to play. And I'll give my opinion on it, but yeah, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that states can lawfully exclude transgender girls and women from female school sports teams. The
so this is high school. This is
actually
kids.
They said elite sports, so it's really high school and up. It's college and professional sports.
Okay.
Because there's a big encouragement to get kids to play in sports. Whatever you want to do, go do it. Just do it. Yeah. Kids, girls can play baseball or football. There's no restrictions on that. And if you're transgender, I don't think anybody really cares. I mean, you're going to get kidded or whatever, but there's not a lot of transgender kids. There may be some gay kids or whatever, and they want to encourage all kids
to participate.
Yeah. So I don't think that's really the issue. It's when it starts becoming elite, or there's money involved, or there's something at stake. Now you have a transgender female who was a biological male is now participating or wanting to participate in female sports. And personally, I think that's the right thing to do. I don't think you should have men participating in female sports.
I'm going to lose a lot of my liberal people
well,
here.
Me too.
But we've said before, we give the conservatives and the right wing shit all the time.
Right.
But I've made it clear at some point I'm probably going to upset some of my liberal friends and stuff, and hey, it's just how I feel. I agree.
I agree too.
I don't have any issue with you being transgender.
No.
You can be trans all you want.
All you want.
I don't give a shit.
And it may
That's
not even
that's your
be
body,
a
that's your life.
decision. It might not be a choice. Whatever. It's a need or whatever.
Yeah.
You're born that way. I don't know.
Whatever. That's fine.
That's fine.
But when it comes to competition,
Right.
physical competition, now,
Right.
if a transgender, man to woman, like a trans woman, wanted to participate on the debate team in their college,
Well, yeah, it shouldn't matter.
go right ahead.
Right. I don't think that's
Right?
a sport.
If you're going to be a part of the, some kind of like, I love the like the robotics where they build
Right.
like the battle bots and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
those competitions. Hey, have at it.
Have a go
Do
to
it-
town.
Do all day.
We need
Do it.
transgender engineers in the robotics
do it.
department. That's fine.
But when it comes to physical sports, I feel like it's unfair,
yeah.
especially combat sports.
Yeah, or
That
really
MMA,
anything
boxing,
physical. Yeah.
Whatever. But I do feel like, yes.
Track and
but-
field. It's not doesn't so much happen in baseball and football, but basketball,
Yeah.
track and field,
Yeah.
combat sports,
There's
like
just
you said,
certain
boxing.
advantages- there are just certain advantages that you're going to have with going through puberty as
Yeah.
a male. Even if you got on the hormone. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know all the shit, or whatever. But I do know that even if your parents agreed and you started the hormones at 16, 17,
Right.
whatever, you've still gone through puberty as a male. And at 19 or 20, you're still going to have a lot of those
Well, yeah, you can
biological advantages.
you can change your genitals, but you still have the physique. You still have the muscle. And if you're an athlete, you're going to be bigger and stronger than women.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Yeah. Hey.
And so there was a transgender female who was a male who became a woman and was involved in boxing and like women's boxing, or I don't know if it was either MMA or something like that. And some of these girls went up and they got hit once and they're like, that's it. I quit. I'm not doing that. I'm not
and then
fighting that
I saw
person.
that there was one in this was a couple years ago, some kind of Olympics or something like that, where they kept accusing a woman of being a man, and she wasn't.
Right. They kept testing and all
Yeah,
that
I'm like,
stuff.
bro, leave this woman alone. Like,
Yeah.
just because she's stronger than the other women doesn't mean she
She's
was
probably
a man.
taking steroids at some point or male enhancement. I don't know,
Maybe.
but maybe. But
But no, I do agree there. I can't sit here and pretend like I don't.
yeah,
I don't have any problem with you being trans all day and twice on Sunday.
right.
But when it comes to competitive, sports, physical competition, I do feel like biological women should go against biological women.
Yes.
Biological men should go against biological men.
On the other hand, I think if you are
Now-
transgender and you are a male turned female, compete all day long in male sports because you identified as a man at birth. And now you are eligible for all men's sports. Go for it. Even if you dress like a woman, act like a woman, whatever.
Yeah, no,
go compete in men's sports. That's totally fine. I don't care. I don't care if it's in an elite group.
What about the other way around? A woman who's on testosterone and stuff like that. Should she still be able to compete?
I don't
against
think
women?
she's going to compete with male athletes. And
No, I'm talking about with women.
I know, but no. You're talking about a woman who becomes a man.
Yeah.
And has taken male steroids or whatever to become testosterone, become more manly, still is not going to have the physique and the physical strength of a natural male athlete. And especially all these sports that we're talking about, go for it. Go do it. Compete, but you're not gonna to live up. It's just.
and at this point, here's the thing, man. We have so many different categories of so many different things.
Right.
And I'm not talking about just sports. I mean just things in general. If it's really, truly, honestly that big of a deal, give trans athletes their own...
Start their own
their
trans
league,
athlete association.
Yeah, give them their own division.
There you
Fuck
go.
it. Why not?
We
That
got
won't
Special
hurt.
Olympics.
It's not going to hurt anyone
No.
if they had their own league. So then,
there's
because now
enough
you
money?
have more content to consume. Now you have men boxing men, women boxing women, trans women boxing trans women, trans
yeah.
men boxing trans men.
Yeah.
To me,
Call it a division.
you're just giving more. You're
Yeah.
making more opportunities. So if
Right.
it's really that big of a deal for anybody who is for it or against it,
Right.
whichever side you're on,
I think we just solved the problem.
you do not. Nobody. Yeah, we might have. Nobody is going to be upset, the fors or the against.
No.
If we just allow trans athletes to have their own division.
Right. The only thing, there's not going to be any money in it, and there's not going to be a big audience, just because there's not. I think there was like 1% of all, not even 1%. It was like one athlete in 10,000 fit this category. It was a very small number.
Yeah.
So you just don't have that many people that are transgender athletes trying to compete. And so it's just a
But I
super
mean, we
small
just
number,
we
but-
have to find some middle ground somewhere. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, that is the middle ground for both sides. The people that are against it and the people that are for it, there's some middle ground right
Yeah.
there. Make it a division. Girls playing football, some schools in high school and stuff allow it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But now they've got flag leagues.
Right.
Flag football used to just be a thing that
Right.
elementary, middle school. Now it's all the way up to professional at this point,
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe. And
Yeah.
they're in Olympics, and the NFL has their versions, and now women have a flag football league. Men have a flag football
Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it may not start as like a really, I guess, attention drawing thing.
Right. It's not going to have a
it has
following.
it has a chance to grow.
Yeah.
It will have a chance to grow.
Build it and they
then
will come.
Maybe, just maybe, if those divisions exist, some of the trans people that maybe aren't participating
Encourage.
because of the scrutiny and I don't want to be a part of the this versus that.
Right.
I just want to be me and then do a thing that I enjoy. Right.
Right. More
If they
people
had
might
their own
come out of the
division,
woodwork, yeah.
now some of those people can feel seen and like, okay,
Yeah.
now I can do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do it for so long, but I didn't want to be a part of the tear
Yeah.
and the division. So I just stayed out of it. Now, boom.
Yeah.
Now that person, those people that have been sitting back and just accepting the fact that, I'm trans whichever way, and I know me getting involved in this, I'm going to have to become like a fucking spokesperson, or I'm going to have to become a target or whatever.
Right.
If they had their own divisions, now
No
that
big
person
deal.
could just
be
go
normal.
do what they want
Yeah,
to do.
Yeah. We're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so the Supreme Court got it right. I don't think that should be allowed to participate. I think
No.
I was going to say before that the women have a tackle football.
They do. Yeah.
It's like arena football. And
Yeah,
of course,
they
you
do.
got to
They
dress
got the
in
lingerie one,
right?
too,
You got to
right?
dress in like a G-string, and you get some shoulder pads with your bra. But hey,
I've seen some clips from that. Actually, a friend of mine,
It
she
looks
played
brutal.
on one of the teams at one point.
it looks brutal.
it
And
does.
it's like they're not very well
I'm like, damn,
protected.
give these
They're
women
going to
some
get hurt.
pads, for
Yeah,
real. Like,
men are
They
fully
got shoulder
padded up.
pads and helmets, and that's it.
Right. So
Dude, men, we will just
throw money at anything.
Yeah, anything is like,
if
oh,
a woman's half dressed.
I don't give a fuck if they're not safe. I can see their tits. What? Dude, come on, man. Like
mud wrestling, anything. I
anything.
might
Men
see a
are
boob.
disgusting. We will pay for anything. Anything. Feet, pictures,
Right, anything.
anything.
Just
Dirty
giving-
women's dirty underwear.
I don't understand that at all.
like.
But yeah,
God.
guys are paying for it. They're making money. I've tried to talk my wife into taking pictures of your feet and making some money.
Hey, now see, here's the thing. I always said I couldn't date a sex worker.
Hey.
That's another conversation. Because we can go an hour on that. But feet pics or whatever, I'm okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make a couple $100 a month or a couple
Hands.
$1,000 a month off your feet, getting pictures of your feet, let's do it.
Hands, lips. I mean, you could take a picture of your mouth, and you
Yeah.
don't have to know who you are,
And some
probably
dude
sell
will
that.
want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because men are fucking weird.
Yeah, put on some lipstick. Shit, I'll do it. Now that I shaved, I could get away with it.
You might be able to get away with it. My feet look terrible. There's no way I get away with it.
There's a market for that.
I
Guys who love terrible feet.
Man, if women paid for the same type of stuff dudes paid for, I would not be broke like I am now.
Big old corns and some scaly feet
Ugly
out
ass
there.
toes. Oh God! If
There's
women
a dude take my money.
if women paid to see dad bods and stuff,
You're right.
I would. Yeah, you'd look at my man boobs all day. Give me $25.
$20 is $20.
But the other thing the Supreme Court did, and this will be the end for me, but
all right, the last of our rock talks.
How fucking stupid! And see, liberals, I'm coming back to your side here, left wingers. I keep seeing people talking about the other decision with the birthright citizenship.
Right.
And it's like, well, now any immigrant can come over here, and now any illegal can come over here. What do you mean now?
Right.
That's been a part of the Constitution since
forever.
1868, you fucking idiot.
Right.
Now, it's been there. It's already been a part of it.
Yeah.
You benefited from this. A lot of people, most of us, are not indigenous to this area. Our ancestors are not indigenous to this area. Your fucking family, they benefited from this same fucking thing.
Yeah. Somewhere down the line.
Your
immigrant family came from somewhere.
Came here, had your great granddad or whatever,
right.
and now you're here.
You're an American citizen
and you're
because
a fucking
of it.
idiot.
Right. Yeah.
I
100% agree.
I keep seeing stuff about like, well, now I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they made this ruling. It was already there.
Yeah, they just said
they just decided.
They just
yeah,
didn't
we're
overturn it because it's in the Constitution. I don't think the Supreme Court can overturn the Constitution. It takes Congress and the Senate to do that, to make new laws or to amend the Constitution. You can't just overturn it. So they basically said, hey, it's in the Constitution, which they should have from the beginning.
And, I mean, let's be completely honest here anyway. A bunch of you motherfuckers hate brown people and want to see their kids suffer. So the kid coming over and being born doesn't necessarily mean that kid's just going to have a great life, because y'all love dragging their fucking parents out to whatever country they came from anyway.
Right, exactly.
So this is just going to give you more chance to keep cheering on fucking brown and black people, mostly brown people, getting taken away by your bitch-ass ICE agents and their kids suffering and staying here. How about you adopt some of those kids? How about that? Go. If you fucking care so much, adopt some of these kids and make sure they get a real good life.
Yeah, they're
Make
kids.
sure they get to see the American dream come to life and raise them to love America.
Yes. All of Trump's kids were born to immigrant mothers. And, could have otherwise not be citizens. I think the big thing is like the Mexicans come here, like 9 months pregnant. They're running, 100 miles across the border and then having a baby.
And then
like, my son's an American citizen. Okay, cool. The problem is like,
how likely is that though?
Well, I mean, it happens where not like that close to pregnancy, but a woman who is pregnant, they have come, or they've come here and gotten pregnant, and then they have a kid. Mm-hmm. And what happens a lot is the kid is born as a legal citizen and gets a Social Security card, and then they take that card and use it as like an identity theft. So the baby is working a 9-to-5 job because somebody's using their name and their Social Security card to get a regular job, and so they get a driver's license. They can use that identity. Once they have a birth certificate and a Social Security card, then they use that identity to get driver's license.
What happens when that kid becomes?
Well, the kid's fucked. When he gets older, he's just screwed because you've been working for 20 years and you're 18 years old. Like what is going on?
Well, I mean, let me be honest here. There's
that
been
math is wrong on that, but
there's been a running joke in the black community for years. I remember watching comedians talk about this in the 90s that, black parents, now maybe this was happening in white, lower class white neighborhoods as well, and I'm sure probably was, and because trailer parks and projects and whatever pretty much the same, but it was that like black parents would use their kids' social security number or their kid's name to rent shit. So they'd go to rent a center with their kid's name and whatever,
ruin their credit
and ruin the kid's credit. Yeah, that was a running like stereotypical joke amongst black comedians. When I was growing up. So I always thought that was just a normal thing. You know what I mean?
I think it happens with Mexican immigrants, primarily coming from Southern California and Arizona, where the Mexican population is really big. That's one of the big things that they did because they couldn't get a job legally, and so they would use their kid's Social Security card to get a job. But again, there's laws about that. That's illegal. Put in laws that prevent that. Better check systems. Do a little background check. Find out who you're really dealing with.
I really don't. I mean, this is probably going to sound very ignorant. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about illegal immigrants being here.
I don't think they're hurting us, really. I really don't. They're not on all the benefits that Republicans think they are.
Yes.
Because they're really not eligible for them.
Not one time, not once has anything in my life changed because someone was here from Mexico that wasn't supposed to be.
They didn't take a job from you or whatever.
And
they actually kept prices down. Prices are going up because they're gone.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody to pick the vegetables and the fruits and do the work that Americans don't want to do.
And because let's be fucking real. Oh, they're coming over and taking our jobs. Oh my God, that episode of fucking South Park where they were like, that shit was hilarious. But let's be honest, Jed at fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
you don't want their job.
You don't want their job. No. Your white ass ain't about to be out there, and your black ass ain't either. For those of you that support that shit,
right?
Y'all's white and black asses ain't about to be out there doing the shit that they're doing. Because if you wanted to, you'd already be doing it. Because there's no shortage of those jobs.
Exactly.
There's no shortage.
Plenty of labor jobs out there.
Labor is all over the place. Right. There is no shortage of people that build houses or work construction or work in fields. There is no shortage on that. There are shortages on nurses. Yeah, there's shortages on that.
Trained people,
There are shortages on, certain things, not the jobs that a lot of these people are doing. So you guys just want something to complain about.
Right. Or they'll say, I'll do that job, but you got to pay me like double what you were paying them because I'm not doing it for what they were getting paid.
Yeah.
So I talked to a guy yesterday that he said, I can't find anybody to work. All he does is deliver dirt and rocks to places. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I can't find anybody to work because it's a $15 an hour job and they want $30 an hour. And he's all you're doing is driving a truck. It's not worth that much money. I can't make that much money, but nobody wants to work and do that kind of work. So but immigrants will do it all day.
But then it's also the fucking people that you work at Jiffy Lube. And you think, Dr. Kumar took your job. Get the fuck out of here.
Right, Dr. Kumar.
Like, this doctor, this person come over here and is performing heart surgery.
Yeah.
Took your job changing oil.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We have our opinions.
We did, yeah.
Lots of topics, some rapid fire stuff.
We lost some of you, gained some of you, I'm sure.
We covered every topic.
We might not need to talk again for 3 weeks.
I guess not.
Well.
But it's the rock we live on. And, all these things are included. So, we got to talk about them.
All a part of it.
Definitely.
Thank you for checking us out. Hey, thanks for checking out The Rock We Live On with Mo and Craig. Make sure you like and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And then you can also find us
anywhere where you listen to podcasts. We're on all platforms. Or check out Spotify podcasts to watch our videos.
Thanks a lot.